Hey healers, it's Felicia here, and as always, I'm bringing you that spirited, evocative energy. First of all, I want to say hello to all the new subscribers. I see we have, I think 31. I'm not sure. Last time I looked, it was like 31 subscribers. So, hello to all the new subscribers. Happy to have you. And hello to everyone who's been here rocking with me for I don't know when the numbers started getting up, maybe about a year ago. So happy to see you all. Last time I jumped on, I came on to say, hey, I had my little surgery. I was feeling so good. I wanted to come on, say hello to everybody, spread some of the good energy that I was feeling at the time. I sound real nasally right now, y'all, and that's because I just went overboard with the Lysol. So I just had a sneezing fit because I sprayed all this Lysol, but I feel good. I feel good. But so haven't been on in a while, and y'all, that's literally what I've been doing. I have just been drinking my water, sipping my tea, and feeling good. Not up to much, not up to nothing, just relaxing, going to work and relaxing. But I did want to come on today. My wrist hurt. I did want to come on today because today I have been kind of giving an eye opener. So I had like a situation, and like I said last time, I usually come on, do introspection. I lined up some of my introspective decks, and I said whatever I pull today, whatever is whatever. I was just gonna let be guided by when I got on here which deck to pull from. But come on to do introspection. Always talk about certain things that I feel guided to talk about, most of which are things I've already been through. And so I had, oh man, I'm looking at them glasses all the way across the room. I have been guided to talk about something, a couple of different things, and I had to write them down because I was doing introspection today. A couple times today I was journaling over some things that were coming to mind, and like I said, I have been kind of giving an eye opener, y'all, that I have been kind of slipping lately. It's been a situation that didn't realize I was going through, but I'm going through, and I've been thinking about it. It's been on my mind and on my heart, and I was just going through the motions like I normally do. If something comes up, I think about it, I do my introspection, I do my journaling, but it's been pretty much coming back to me as I've been slipping a little bit. So and me, I'm thinking about it, I'm like, no, because the way I was journaling like defensively, like, no, the way I've been approaching this situation is da-da-da. And I don't know if it was God, I don't know if it was my guides, I don't know if it was a cutthroat ancestor of mine in the background, like, nah, baby girl, you wrong. So I'm like, dang. Even the way I was pushing hard on the pen when I was journaling, I was like, damn, I know I'm wrong. So let me just collect myself, think about this a little bit deeper, think about the why. Why am I reacting this way? Why am I so defensive? Why am I so mad at this situation? Because the situation is what it is. It's here, it's in your face, it's happening. So it's no point in you getting all emotional about it. And that's kind of like what I was just thinking. My introspection started to think about my emotional intelligence, and this is where this part needs to kick in. So then I started thinking about emotional intelligence and your reactions to certain things and how I was approaching the situation. That's how I was like, okay, this sounds like a message. Let me just go ahead and break this down into an introspective video, and I can just go from there. I have already done some introspection myself. What is this? This is a mindful messages. Oh, I want to do this one first. No. So I am going to go into what I want to talk about first. So, honey, what I want to talk about first is energy matching other people's energy. You have to be very careful about that. And part of knowing if you are actually doing that matching other people's energy. Sometimes if you're very sensitive to other people's energies, as I am, you have to be very, very grounded, and you really have to know yourself. And that is why I do my introspection, because knowing yourself keeps you from matching other people's energy or meeting people where they are at with their energy, especially if they try to paint you as people will try to paint you in a certain light, and they will do things to provoke you, to pull you out of your actual energy. You're in a good energy, you're grounded, you know who you are as a person, and you walk in that light. When people see that, they will try to provoke you. If somebody can provoke you and get you to act out of character, that's the point of that. Because they have to, in the background, tell people they aren't who they really are. They are not this grounded. They are not this disciplined. They are not this whatever. And then they have to trigger you into being who they said you were so that people can see you. So you have to watch out for that. Now, there are instances where people will come along and they will trigger you. And they are not doing it on purpose. They are just being their actual selves, and something about them will trigger something in you. You also still, in that instance, need to know yourself, who you are, and you will realize that if you are constantly, authentically being yourself, you will feel it when you're triggered by something or somebody, because you will be like, why do I feel that way about that? Or why am I so pissed off about that? Or why am I so irritated by that? You will feel that, because you will feel like you're being pulled out of your own element. You're being pulled out of your own energy. Normally I'm cool. Normally I'm chilling. And for some reason I'm not, around this person, or whenever this person brings up this certain subject, I feel a different type of way. So when you notice those type of things, you need to start your introspection, and you need to start with that. Why do I feel so triggered, so bothered, so pissed off, so mad, so upset, so angry when I'm faced with this type of situation, this type of person, this type of... Okay, and if you start there, you will start to get to the bottom of what the issue is. So that was one thing I wanted to talk about, is matching energy. Don't ever match. I mean, you hear some people say, and hell, I even see it on t-shirts. Oh, I match energy. How we feeling today? No, I don't do none of that, because I don't match. I know who the hell I am, and I know how I feel. I don't need to match your energy to explain how I feel. I know who I am, so I act accordingly. I know what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's what light I walk in. And I don't need to match your energy to know how I'm about to be walking and talking and acting. I already got that under control. I got that, sis. I don't need to match you. I don't need none of that. I don't be doing none of that follow the leader. Especially people who are low vibrational. That I match energies. Why in the hell would I pull myself out of my beautiful high vibrational energy to match you when you vibrate lower than me? I'm always vibrating up here, because I'm gonna stay, and mind you, you will be vibrating where you're supposed to be be in alignment for all your blessings and for everything you opening yourself up to receive. So why would you pull yourself out of alignment and match somebody else's? Baby, I ain't doing that. So you gotta watch that. Like I said, sometimes people are doing it purposely because they see you vibrating higher than them and open to receive and receiving and walking in a light that they don't walk in, and they want to dim you. They want to dim that light. So you got to watch trying to match people where they are. And like I said, some people are just being themselves and ain't doing much, and they will trigger you and you don't even know why. And sometimes it's for you to notice things in yourself that you need to be changing and you need to be figuring out. So it's not always a bad thing that you're triggered by somebody else's energy or something that somebody else has said. Sometimes people are sent on your path to send you messages that you need to hear. So something somebody says trigger you, you need to be paying attention to why you're so triggered by what they said. But just don't do the matching of the energy. Figure out what energy you in for the day and just stick with it, baby. Or if you are in a low vibrational energy when you start out and you already made your mind up that you're gonna make sure that day ends better than when it started, then stay on that path. You don't need to misery love company, but you don't need that. What else was So another thing was about speaking. When you are speaking your mind, you should never feel regretful about speaking what's on your mind and what's on your heart. You can never go wrong with that. And especially making sure your intentions are good, though. If you are intentionally speaking what's on your mind, but what's on your mind is to make sure that somebody else feels less than, then you're in the wrong energy. You're not in alignment. You're in the wrong energy. Just don't. Okay? Nobody cares what you have to say. I'm sorry. I know, but believe it or not, I had to teach myself that because I'm a very blunt and outspoken person. So I had to watch my intentions behind what I say. I am a very informative person. I like to keep people informed. You may not like what I have to say, but most likely what I have to say is factual, and it was on my mind and it was on my heart. Never the intention is to make you feel bad or to hurt you, but it is to inform you so that you're in the right, so that you are informed and you're enlightened and you know what's going on. So I'm going to give it to you. If it's on my mind, it's on my heart, I'm going to say it. My intentions are not to make you feel bad. Now, if you decide, this is where the emotional intelligence is. I'm not exactly sure when people started to think or started believing that every time somebody speaks to them or tells them something or informs them in some way, shape, or form, that that person is supposed to make sure that you feel good about what is being said. It is not my job to make sure that you feel good about everything that I say. I don't want to be in control of your emotions or your feelings. That is all you. Once I say what I say and you decide, oh, you know, I rock with that. I like that. Or you decide, oh, I don't rock with that. I don't flow with that. I don't like what she's saying. Again, it's all up to you about how you feel about what is being said by anybody. But you are the deciding factor about what you do with the information that is given to you. So if somebody was to say something and I decided, oh, that just pissed me off, I decided to go with the pissed off feeling. Okay? I'm also gonna decide what my reaction is gonna be to that. So I could be like, oh, that just pissed me all the way off. So I'm just gonna let that go in one ear and out the other. Again, that was I decided to be pissed off. I decided to just let it roll off the tongue, let it roll off. I ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole. Them ain't my feelings or thoughts or emotions, so I'm gonna let her have that and I'm gonna let that roll. Again, I have the right to feel that way, to take whatever feeling I want. And then my reaction was no reaction. I'm not giving a reaction to that. I'm not giving no energy to that. I'm all the way good. I'm gonna move on to the next conversation. I could take the same exact thing that person said to me, and I could be like, you know what? She really pissed me off. And I could haul off and smack her, right? Then I would also have to worry about all the consequences that comes behind that, right? Because with every action that you give, there's going to be a reaction from somebody else, and there's going to be consequences and all these things. So these are all the things that you have to take into accord when you are going to make whatever action or reaction or say what you say or whatever emotion you're going to pick to feel, and then how you're going to react from that emotion. All those things, you have to take all that into account. But this is what you call emotional intelligence, okay? People don't have to sit and say, oh, you know what? Well, let me think about how I'm going to say this because I don't want them to be offended and I don't want them to be upset. And I want them, to feel okay with this. And then they do that. And then the next person you talk to, how can I frame this so that they feel okay and they feel good and they don't feel offended? And then you take whatever you had to say and you do that. So imagine throughout the entire day, if your job and everything you do all day is talking to people, and you have to make sure that every single person that you come across feels okay, feels good, is not offended, is okay with the information. I mean, do you know how drained you would be at the end of the day trying to control the emotions of every single person that you met? I'm not doing that. I promise you. I have never done that, and I'm not doing that. Like I said, it's all up to you how you feel about what somebody tells you. You take it in, you internalize it, you decide how you're going to feel about it, you decide what type of reaction you're going to give, and then you move on from there. But people need to understand that it is not another person's job to make sure that you feel good inside about everything they say. Just think about it throughout history. How many people have spoken out with the things that were on their mind and the things that was on their heart about things that they saw going on in the world and in history, and speaking out against injustices, and they just spoke from the heart, from the mind, what they felt need to be said. They weren't all that worried about how people were going to take it. They just wanted to speak the truth. Think about how many people were so up in arms about them speaking that truth, about all these injustices and all these things that were seen and all these things that were being done that the rest of the world didn't want to speak on, or people who were too afraid to speak on, you know. And those people stood up and they spoke what was on their mind, they spoke what was on their heart, and there were people who didn't like it. Those people stood in their truth so valiantly that they literally died over speaking that truth. Just think about it. So just think about all the people who may not like what you have to say, but it's still not your job to make sure that people feel good about everything you say. You do not have to sit and analyze, how can I say this in a way that they like it? How can I say this in a way that I don't offend? How can I say that? Sometimes informing people is not ugly, and sometimes they say, and you hear what they say, the truth hurts. Sometimes when you speak the truth to people, they will not like it. They will not want to hear it. You may trigger some people, but as long as your intentions are pure and what you're saying is on your mind or on your heart, and you're speaking it to inform and not to harm or not to hurt, I say just do it. Speak it. Say it. And especially, baby, let's not skip over. Let's not skip over this. Especially if you are somebody sitting with things on your mind and on your heart, and you know it would help and uplift and encourage and enlighten. Say it. Damn it, say it. Because I needed it. What God and my guides and my ancestors was telling me how wrong I was today. It was informing me how wrong I was for coming off the way I was coming off and doing what I was doing. And I was matching energy, honey, and I didn't even realize it. You know, I could have used an enlightened thought. I could have used an enlightened word right then and there, honey. So if you have anything, and I'm saying anything uplifting and enlightening, and if you are somebody and you have love, this has been coming up lately. You have love on your heart and in your mind, and it's in your soul, and this is the whole point of me talking about communicating and say what's on your heart and it's on your mind. If it's on your heart and it's on your mind, speak it. And if you are out here loving somebody and you too scared to say it, baby, don't miss out on no blessings and no opportunities. Walking and walk in your light. Walk in your light. That is strength. It takes strength and courage to be vulnerable. And that's what a lot of people don't want to be. There is a world full of people out here standing behind you, ready to tell you what they don't like, what they can't stand, what they hate, what they don't want to get, honey, speak on the love, speak on the light, speak on it. If you out here loving somebody and you ain't saying nothing, I don't even know what to say. That ain't my path. I ain't gonna say it's wrong, and I ain't gonna say I'm just saying. Like I said, I'm very vocal. I speak on most of the things that are on my mind and on my heart. I have no regrets. It's just is how I am. I've always been that way, and I love that. That to me is a God-given gift, because so many people don't tell the truth. How many people out here know liars? Just know people who lie for no reason. You be like, why? Why tell a lie when you could tell the whole damn truth and nothing but the truth? For what? It's just weird for me. It's weird for me because that's not how I operate. But there are people out there I've been lied to. And I've looked the person in the face who's lying to me, and I'm like, well, what is that for? What is that about? Why is that on their heart to do that? It is weird to me. but like I said, it's because I'm not that type of person. So, like I said, if it's on your mind and it's on your heart, speak on it. There are people who've been out here who have died over wanting to exercise that God-given gift, which is just to tell their truth of how they feel. And I feel that it is an injustice in this world to have to stand in the face of a liar. So for all the lies that been told to me, damn it, I'm gonna tell the truth. Okay, so just do it. Just tell the truth. Just say what's on your mind. Say what's on your heart. You'll be better. You'll be better for it. And yes, speaking what's on your heart puts you in a vulnerable position, but people do not understand how strong you have to be a person who speaks your mind and speaks your heart. That because those are personal thoughts and personal feelings, and when you speak on them and you put them out there, it takes a strong person to do that, because there's not a lot of people who out here who are doing that. There's a lot of lies out here, a lot of people telling whole fabulous untruths. Is that a word? Fabulous untruths? Baby, I don't know, because I don't walk in that light, so I don't know. Put it in the comments. If a fabulous untruth is not a thing, then go ahead and let me know. But there are a lot of people out here doing it. But you just worry about walking your path and your love and your light and your truth. And you won't have those type of regrets. You won't have those I wonders, I what ifs, I wonders. Just say it. Just say it. Walk in that light. Say it. Stand in your vulnerability. You can be vulnerable and still be strong. That is a thing. That is a thing. I'm doing that thing. And if you doing it, then you was like, oh yeah, being vulnerable, being strong, that's hand in hand. That's because you do it all the time, and it's nothing, there's nothing to that. Being vulnerable doesn't make you feel like you're being weak in any sense of the word, because you know how strong you have to be to speak what's on your heart and what's on your mind. Even if you know that nobody's gonna like it, who cares? Who asked you? I didn't ask you how you felt about my truth. My truth is still my truth, regardless of how you feel about it. Whatever emotion you choose to feel about it doesn't dim the fact that that still came from my heart, and I spoke on it. So it is what it is. I think that was all I needed to say. But believe it or not, those things were intertwined where people would tell me, hey, you wrong, boo, and you need to get it together. And when I realized, I was like, well, maybe I was matching energy, because I really don't feel this type of way about it, don't feel this type of way about it, but yet, I'm doing XYZ. And I had to sit like, why am I doing that? And I was just like, damn, I think I am. I'm just matching energy, and that shit ain't me. And I just is like, I'm so happy to have a dope spirit team behind me to be like, we ain't doing that. And they kept saying it. I was like, like I said, I was writing with my pen in my journal, like, I don't be doing none of that. I ain't authentic. I am. They were like, not today, boo. Because where you get, and the more and more I thought about it, I was like, why am I doing that? I did do that. And I was like, but I don't know why I did that. That's not even how I feel. And I'm like, that's not even my energy. So I need to realize when something is triggering me, I'm being triggered by something, y'all, and I need to get to the bottom of it. So I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on this situation. Like I said, only thing I can do is do what I always do. Work on it, work through it, speak on it, figure out why I'm being so triggered by this one situation. Oh, it's a spider. And I got to keep an eye on him. Figure out why I'm so triggered, get to the bottom of it, fix it, And I'll be all right, y'all. It's like I come through everything. I'll come through this even stronger and even better than ever. I ain't worried about it because clearly my team behind me already said we ain't doing that. So I think after today, I think they got me straight. But if that's you and you know, I felt like to speak on the emotional intelligence and matching energies, knowing yourself, always doing your introspection, always checking in with yourself, making sure that you are who you are. Stay grounded. Work on your grounded what's the word I'm trying to say? Your practices. Work on your practices that keep you grounded. You know, don't go days and days without skipping things that keep you in alignment and keep you where you're supposed to be. Just keep working on it. Do what you gotta do. I don't know why I keep turning myself in this weird angle. I don't know where I am here. Okay, so I've been shuffling this deck for how long, y'all? Come on now. So what is this? Oh, this is my affirmations card. So we want to start with an affirmation. I guess we will. I've been shuffling it for forever. This is the affirmations cards. Oh, you know what? And I'm looking at this too. I'm gonna pull from this one first. I have never used this one on here, and y'all, I have all of these. I have most of all of these decks. Who is it? Oh, the Tonight Conversations decks. I don't know if y'all have these. I have them all, like the date night decks, the couple decks. But they have a self-love deck, and I've had this for the longest, but I don't ever think, I'm not sure, maybe I have. So correct me if I'm wrong. If you watch our videos, you're like, yes, you did. But so the self-love deck, I started pulling from this recently. I had actually went in my storage and started clearing some stuff out of one of my storages. Yeah, and this deck was sitting in there. I was like, oh my gosh, I have not opened this deck or pulled a card from this deck in years. So at least I don't think so. So I'm gonna shuffle this up good. Oh, I still got the little card that come from the, I'll try not to pull that one. Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna answer one of these, and and then I'll pull an affirmation card. So if you haven't already, go ahead and get your journal out so you could journal this card from this self-love deck. Oh, one of them's came out. Oh, I guess I'll pull one myself. Oh, this one is out. Here we go. If self-love was a muscle, at the top of it says self-love muscle. If self-love was a muscle, how would you work it out daily? If self-love was a muscle, how would I work it out daily? You know, my daily self-love practices, and this is what I was talking about. Y'all make sure y'all stay on top of your self-love practices, or your practices that keep you grounded. I do a lot of you know, stuff like hygiene care on the daily. Like one day I'll be like, okay, one day I'm gonna do my my face mask. You know, it's Monday, I'll do my face mask. And then, you know, it might be Tuesday and Wednesday night, I might not do the self mask. I might do like my skin serums. You know, I'll be like, well, tonight I'll do the exfoliating skin serum. You know, like Thursday night I'll be like, okay, I'll go to bed with my face oil on, you know, my exfoliating face oil, instead of, you know, doing the clay mask tonight. You know, I'll pick different nights of the week that I'll switch up my beauty routine, but there are all things that help to make me feel better, more confident. I have been on a very long skin journey, because my skin was like, at one point in my life, it was just completely, utterly demolished, done. Like, it was bad, y'all. I had to really like reconstruct my whole face. So for like the last 5 years, I actually had got a routine down, and my skin is glowing and it feels good and it is smooth as a baby's bottom, and I have to keep that up all the time. But I have very oily skin. It started out as very dry skin in like my 20s, and in my 30s it was combination skin, and now in my 40s it's just completely oily. But all through my life I've had sensitive skin from head to toe. I could touch something right now outside and I'll blow up, and now I'll be in patches and hives. I have to be very careful with my skincare, so I pay a lot of attention to my skincare. But every day I'm like, okay, what could I do to beautify myself and make myself feel good and confident? And you know, some days I'll be like, you know, I'm gonna do my toes tonight. Some nights I'm like, I'm gonna paint my nails tonight. Some days it's all about my face and my rough areas, my elbows and knees. I'll be doing special exfoliation today. I just pick every day something new. And a lot of times I'm on my floor at night time, I pull up my yoga mat and I might do some you know, some yoga stretching, or I might actually do some midsection exercises. It's so many different things, y'all. I can't even explain. All things just all about me keeping up my health, keeping up my hygiene, keeping it so I can feel good about myself. But go ahead and journal about that. And if you don't have anything and you're not exercising your self-care muscle, honey, when you journal about that tonight, go ahead. This is for the guys too. When you journal about that tonight, you should be putting those things down that you're going to start to put into place. I promise you, you will feel so good just picking one thing that day that you're going to do just for yourself. Even if you do it the last 15 minutes of your day before you go to bed, it's all about you. It's all about making you feel good, and you actually get it done and accomplish it. You feel so good. And if you're a mother, or hell, you know what I mean, I'm a grandmother. If you're a mother, grandmother, and you working all day, and you got kids, you got grandkids, and you got whatever going on, and you just give yourself 30 minutes out of your day where you're doing a face mask, or you're doing your nails, your toenails, you're taking yourself out for dinner, you do whatever you do, just something for yourself. It makes you feel so good that you actually did it, and then you made time. You said saying you're going to do it is one thing, but actually accomplishing it, going through with it, and accomplishing it at the end of the day, you be like, I did that for myself, and I'm so happy I did. It feels good. Okay, so this is the affirmation cards. This one, let's pull an affirmation card. Let's see. Look like two. Well, two of them came out. So the first one, strength in food. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Oh, sorry. I felt the sneeze coming. It says strength in food. Food provides me with the strength to move through each day. I listen to my body and what it wants and needs, and those signals are ever changing. Feeding my body is a powerful connection with nature. When it says I listen to my body and what it wants and needs, and those signals are ever changing. When I tell you I have been going through this situation with eating certain foods and my body reacting to them, the crazy thing is even this weekend, I just lost my whole Saturday because I ate something that put me down. Like, for some reason, I have been eating certain foods, and then I realize, like, I wake up like 12 hours later and I'm like, why did I fall out? Why did I black out? Certain foods have been doing that to me lately. And then I'm looking up the food and what it has in it and why is it making me feel XYZ, and my body is reacting to so many different foods. And I just end up, you know, Xing the food out of my diet, because if my body's reacting to it and certain things are happening, I'm just Xing it out. Because to me, that's my body saying, we don't need this, we don't want this, and there's a reason why you're reacting, having these reactions to it. So get over it. I think about a couple of months ago, I realized that I was eating eggs. When every time I ate an egg, I would like completely black out and wake up like hours later, fully clothed in my clothes. It'd be 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'd be like, why am I blacking out when I eat certain foods? When I pinpoint what the food was, it was actually eggs. So I literally went online, like, what is in eggs that would make me sleepy? Like, not even thinking about it. And sure enough, it popped up. They was like, you could be reacting to the melatonin in eggs. And I was like, when did melatonin get in eggs? Like, I was so confused by that. But believe it or not, I was able to pinpoint it, because when I ate a certain meal, I ate those different things individually, and when I got to the eggs, I blacked out again. And when I'm talking about when you wake up fully clothed hours later, and it's the wee hours of the morning, I was waking up like, why am I still clothed laying in this one spot? It was putting me down. And when I looked it up, there was melatonin in eggs. I was like, well, I have to leave the eggs alone. I can't eat them during the day. They're literally just putting me down. So I had to stop with eggs. And like a year ago, the same thing happened, and I pinpointed it. I was eating meat, and I kept vomiting. So I just did away with the meat and found other ways to find my protein. For some reason, I was okay with eggs for like a whole year before I started having that reaction. So then I X'd that out. But so different things, when I come across different things and different foods, you need food to survive. It fuels you. But that's the thing. You need to find foods that are good for you and that are not going to have your body reacting in any kind of weird way. And when you do find yourself reacting to certain foods in a weird way, you need to get rid of that, because that's your body saying, I cannot handle this. This is too much. We can't do this. Hold on, y'all. Y'all nose is still running. And then what was the other card? Oh, the other card is forgiveness. So it says, I will grant myself the same forgiveness and understanding that I extend to my loved ones. Painful thoughts that hold guilt are simply memories and acknowledgement of growth. I am not the same person that I once was, and knowing this is glorious. That first line is, woo, honey, that is golden. And I think I always talk about making sure that you give yourself grace for the things that you go through, forgiveness that you give to others, and going through X, Y, Z and whatever. Always stop and just let yourself know, just chalk that up to, you were going through that at that certain time. It was happening. It's what you were going through. You acknowledged it, and you need to start moving forward, because holding on to guilt inside yourself for reacting this way and doing this and doing that will keep you in a low vibrational energy. It will keep you from having that growth about yourself. You just need to acknowledge that you went through that. Don't act like you don't see it, you don't hear it. Oh, I ain't that type of person. Yes, you are, and yes, you did, and it happened, and it was messed up, and you said what you said, you did what you did. You growing from that particular situation. No need to hold on to the guilt. No need to hold on to the whole situation that happened. There's no need for that. But it says, I will grant myself the same forgiveness and understanding that I extend to my loved ones. Okay, so those painful thoughts that hold guilt are simply memories and acknowledgement of growth. Don't hold on to the negative emotions that are attached to a situation. You need to be able to move on from it so that you can acknowledge the growth from that situation. Okay, and I am not the same person that I once was, and knowing this is glorious. So once you acknowledge that you went through that situation, you were wrong, that person was wrong, or whatever, and you learn to move forward from it, and you acknowledge, you know, I'm better off for that situation. Had that situation not happened, I would not have realized I was reacting in that way, or I would not have realized that I was allowing somebody to take advantage of me. I was allowing this person to take me for granted and things like that. Just say, I am no longer that person. I am not. I'm putting up my boundaries. I'm getting rid of people, places, and things that no longer serve my better good. And I've moved on from that. I'm grown from that. I've grown from it. And now I am no longer that person. And I am not the same person I was in that from when that same situation happened. That is how you acknowledge your growth. And then you just move on from it. Okay? You learn from it. You don't ever forget it. But you can move on from it. Right? So forgiveness for self is wonderful, wonderful thing. Okay, come through, affirmation card deck. All right, y'all. I think that's all I have for today. So this is recap. What I will be journaling again tonight is about being grounded in my own energy, not matching other people's energies, speaking what's on my heart and what's on my mind with the purest of intentions. Is exerting myself, using my emotional intelligence, holding other people accountable for using their emotional intelligence so that I can speak my truth freely without having to worry about how they're going to feel about that. And like my card deck says, I will continue to the affirmation cards, you know, paying attention to what you put into your body, what you're feeding yourself. You could even take it a step further. It may not be just food. What you're feeding yourself mentally, what you're feeding yourself spiritually. You have to watch that. Watch the things that you let into your life and into your energy. Okay, just make sure it's for you. And if it feels like your body is rejecting it in any way, get rid of it. It's not for you. Let it go. Don't hold on to it. All right. And forgiving yourself in the past for letting things into your life and into your energy and feeding energy into things that don't longer serve you. Forgive yourself for doing that. Understand that you have moved on from that. You're a new person. You're not the same. And that you've grown from it, and just keep your growth going. Okay, so that's all I have for you. Again, hello to all the newcomers to our channel. Thank you for joining our soul tribe. I have to look again. I did say that I think when I got to 50 followers, I was gonna do like a live start. I was gonna start doing live videos so that we can do our introspection together. I think that might be fun. So like the videos, subscribe, share, feel free to comment. Even if somebody wanted to comment on, I didn't get into specifics about what I was working on myself, but if you have any encouraging words at all, please share. Okay. And I guess I will see you later. Oh, we are 43 minutes in. Okay. I guess I'll see you later. See you guys next time. Love and light, y'all. Bye.